In today's video, I'm going to introduce you to a stock that might be at an inflection point. Every investor is looking for a company at an inflection point because this is the point that less people are looking at this stock. There's something wrong with it. They have a problem. There's not a lot of shareholders. There's not a lot of excitement, but something is about to happen that might change that, drive up the share price and make people money. One inflection point I'm always looking for is actually kind of simple. I am looking for things that will get a company, that will get a stock onto stock screeners. That's it, right? There's so many people out there using stock screeners to screen for microcap stocks, to screen for penny stocks. What can a company do to pass the test and get noticed on these screens so people can start researching them and putting more eyeballs on the company? One thing that gets noticed is profitability, especially if a stock can get 2 quarters of profitability. A lot of people screen for that. So if I can find a company that was recently unprofitable, but is consistently changing that and becoming profitable in 2024, that is something that I'm interested in. Because an entire theme on my channel has been this: profitable penny stocks for 2024. And the reason is we've seen a lot of this in 2024. And we have been looking at so many stocks this year that have hit new 52-week highs thanks to being profitable, thanks to having cash, thanks to having shareholders look at that and say, no share dilution, I'm excited to know about this stock, I want in. But this is where the excitement ends for most people, because to find a company that is at an inflection point that nobody's looking at these days, with so many other investors out there looking for the best profitable penny stocks at inflection points, I have to head into an industry that not a lot of people are excited about right now: renewable energy, specifically solar energy. Today, I am looking at Solar Alliance Energy. I am going to take a look at what this company does, what their share price has done. I'm going to take a quick peek at their financials, and then as always, I am going to discuss some of the red flags, why I would not invest in this stock, and some of the green flags, why I would invest in this stock. Welcome to Common Sense Investing. My name is Cameron. Let's find some great penny stocks. Now, what Solar Alliance does is simple. They install large solar projects with the focus on large. So a lot of other companies are chasing smaller residential roofing kind of solar projects. They want those high return commercial, utility scale, and community-based solar installations. So the big money, the big locations, as well as they do a little bit of community solar ownership to try to get some recurring revenue. Solar Alliance Energy does have the Sunbox solar system for residential. They just don't typically install it, right? You have to hire somebody to install it for you. As well as they have some other kind of cool things on the go that I've always liked about them. They've got Power Shed for power anywhere. So this is to power lawnmowers, hedge trimmers, those kinds of things. For outdoor yard maintenance, I think this is quite innovative. As well as exciting times. People were so bullish not too long ago on EV chargers. I was not. But I mean, if you're interested in that, Solar Alliance Energy is also a full service provider for Tesla to install electric vehicle chargers. Now, they have long said that this actually doesn't make them any money. All it does is bring in customers, because if you hire them to install your EV chargers, while they're there, they're supposed to go to you and say, hey, you're installing all these EV chargers. Why not? Let's give you a quote for a giant solar system on your roof. How about that? It's great marketing. That's about it. Now, I mean, solar stock, right? This is the 5-year share price. Very common. Went up during COVID. Everybody got excited. Inflation Reduction Act, yada, yada, yada. Looking at their 1-year chart, not a lot better. So we're not focused on strength here. This is definitely supposed to be a cheap, beat up stock that might turn around. So as bad as this share price chart is, I want to look at the company. I want to look at the financials and see if this company can change it around and actually have a good 2024. Now, these are all 9-month ended September 30th, 2023 numbers. These are all in Canadian dollars. I am looking for financial improvement, and right off the start, I see revenue has gone up. Not a lot, just a little bit. However, their cost of sales has also gone down. That's actually resulted for this company in the largest gross profit that they've ever had of $1.7 million. That has now resulted in an operating income of $887,475. And you can see the difference here, what I'm talking about, financial improvement. Every other quarter over 9 months, 3 months, everything else was an operating loss. Finally, in Q3 of 2023, this company has posted an operating profit, right? Not only that, end of the day, net income $975,712. Again, the first income that they've had yet. And if you go down further on the list, they also have comprehensive income. So yes, I'm looking for an inflection point, and Q3 is their first profitable quarter in the company's history, $975,000 in Q3. And a main thing looking forward, contracted backlog of 5.4 million. So they're saying that this can support growth in 2024. Can they prove it? Cash is down, but not much, from 650,000 to 400,000 in 1 year, and I believe the company sold off some assets. So I believe in Q4 that this cash position should be a little bit higher. We talked about growth. Their accounts receivable and unbilled revenue are both much higher than in 2022. This could be a good thing, and they have more growth, more revenue incoming. It could also be bad if they're just doing a terrible job of collecting their revenue. So they have $4.7 million of total liabilities, but 4.1 of that is trade and other payables. Solar, that's the problem with the solar industry, right? This is a tough industry to be in. There's high manpower costs. There's high costs for buying the materials used to install all these solar panels. So that has to be factored in. But so far, not bad. Net loss for the 9 months, because remember, only their most recent quarter has been profitable, $755,000, down significantly from almost $1.4 million. However, again, net cash provided by operating activities, it's positive. It's not positive by a lot, but it's positive by $17,000. So is this the inflection point? I am seeing here loans repaid. This is a big reason their cash went down, right? Is to pay off debt. So if they can get rid of this, they have no more financing activity. That will save them some cash. Are they finally turning this company around? Now, for people who like low floats, this might not be the stock for you. 274, almost 275 million shares outstanding. So that's quite a bit. Maybe they should do a reverse split in the future. Quick pause. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm definitely not your financial advisor. That's not the point of these videos. I'm not sitting here telling you to buy, sell, or hold. I don't do that. What I do is I look at stocks and I connect what I hope is a good company, a good stock, to what I hope is some good people and some good shareholders. I'm just making some introductions. You need to go do your own research, your own due diligence after this video. I do not have a crystal ball. I do not know where share price is going to go in the future. However, I am looking to buy good stocks, keep good stocks. I hope you are too. This is not a day trading channel. Let's get back to Solar Alliance Energy. Okay, so with the 2023 Q3 numbers improved, significantly improved, Solar Alliance provided 2024 corporate updates that we need to talk about. The CEO says, yep, first profitable quarter in the company's history. They plan on growing the company with an emphasis on profitability, and we believe our business plan and contracted backlog supports this strategy. What I'm more interested in is their general manager, John Hamilton, says the second half of 2023 was extremely busy as we built out our backlog of contracted projects, and that pace is continuing into 2024. Here is all their contracted backlog projects that they're working on. A lot of numbers to look at, when these numbers are going to get done, what their Q4 is going to look like for 2023, what their Q1 is going to look like for 2024. They give you a lot of good information, including some more hints here where they're saying in 2023, they've worked on 22 commercial projects with an average system size of kilowatts of 272. So way more projects, larger projects, and they say they expect continued growth in system sizes in 2024. Now, one reason their share price did not do very well this year is this sentence right here, where the company is convinced to remain focused on the United States Southeast as demand for commercial solar intensifies. Now, what they had happen was a purchase of a Canadian solar company fall through, and this was going to be huge. This company was about the same size as Solar Alliance Energy. It was going to be a huge merger, and that fell through. You can see here their share price when it fell through didn't do them any favors. They dropped down to 4.5 cents. They really haven't been able to gain any momentum through 2023 since this occurred. Now, despite that, locally, they're saying in the area, they would like to expand where they're at now. Here's their area of operations, including where they could expand organically in the near future. But what I'm really waiting to see is what their annual revenue growth is going to be and if they provide outlook for 2024, right? So if they can get this kind of revenue growth, again, I want these stocks to show up on stock screeners. So if they can get 30, 40, 50% revenue growth and have 2 quarters of profitability, that's when this guy starts getting excited. So, hey, I've taken up enough of your time. This is it, not financial advice. But if I'm looking at Solar Alliance Energy, what do I see are the red flags? What are the risks of this company, the stock? What do I see as the green flags, the rewards of this company and this stock? The red flags for me, tough industry, right? I don't have any other renewable energy stocks on my channel. I don't have any solar stocks on my channel. Low margin, high manpower, competitive industry to get into. That's a concern. Now, in saying that, solar energy is a very tiny company, right? What was their annual revenue? $4 or $5 million. So it's not like they need to grow huge to improve the share price, but it's still something to think about. They haven't proven anything. So it's a newer CEO in a company that's doing something kind of new. So we're looking at this as an inflection point. What can change? How can they get noticed and raise their share price as investors research them? But at the same time, the risk here is they haven't proven they can do it for any length of time. That's what we're looking at here. Inflection point. Is this company at an inflection point, or was Q3 just a lucky quarter? That's what we're sitting here waiting for, the Q4 numbers, the end of the year numbers. Can they do it again? Or was that luck? Their cash. $400,000. They might have more because they sold some assets, but that's still very low cash. Is there going to be share dilution in the future? I hope not. The green flags, why I like this company or stock, right? The valuation. I don't think it's super cheap. I think it's actually relatively fairly valued. But right now we're in a bull run for microcap. So if I can get good value, decent value, that's actually pretty good. Are they at an inflection point? That's what we're waiting on, right? I said, is this a lucky quarter? Well, I think I've provided some research here that says this might not be a lucky quarter. The way the company is talking about profitability over and over, I do expect for them to continue to be profitable. That will get noticed on stock screeners. That's what I want for people looking for growing revenue from profitable companies. Pretty soon, Solar Alliance Energy should show up on stock screeners. And the end of the day here for me is success breeds more success. A successful company will have no share dilution. All their news is going to be good news, like contracts. There should be no bad news in the future. They're going to have better financial balance sheets here to go to the bank, get a loan, acquire more companies, or do whatever they need to do financially. So that is improvement from this company. Solar Alliance Energy, if you want to continue discussing good stocks like this and some others, Kraken Robotics, Gatekeeper Systems, a whole bunch of other stocks that have had a tremendous 2024 so far, do not forget I have a free Discord as well as a paid Patreon. Links to both are down below in the comments. Thank you for your time. I hope to see you again soon.